Welcome to Spoken Library. Today, we discuss perhaps the most profound psychological work of the 20th century, Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. Viktor Frankl was a prominent Viennese psychiatrist who, in 1942, was deported to a Nazi concentration camp along with his family. While he lost almost everything, his parents, his brother, and his pregnant wife, he discovered a truth that the SS could not take from him. He realized that while we cannot always avoid suffering, we can choose how to cope with it, find meaning in it, and move forward with renewed purpose. This script explores the two halves of Frankl's masterpiece, his harrowing survival in the camps and the birth of logotherapy. Frankl doesn't focus on the historical facts of the Holocaust, but on the psychology of the prisoner. He identifies three phases that every inmate experienced: shock, the initial arrival at the selection line; the delusion of reprieve, the hope that things won't be as bad as they seem, followed by the grim reality of being stripped of every possession and identity; apathy. This was a necessary psychological self-defense mechanism. After a few weeks, prisoners became numb to the beatings and the deaths around them. This emotional death allowed them to focus solely on one thing: survival. The psychology of liberation. After the war, many survivors felt no joy. They had to learn how to be human again, struggling with depersonalization and the bitterness of finding that the world had moved on. The turning point. Frankl observed that the prisoners most likely to survive were not the physically strongest, but those who had a spiritual hold, a reason to live for the future. Frankl famously quotes Nietzsche: "He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how." The internal choice. Even in the most degrading conditions, Frankl noted that some men walked through the huts comforting others, giving away their last piece of bread. They proved that everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. The power of love. In his darkest moments, Frankl found strength by communing with the image of his wife. He realized that love is the ultimate and highest goal to which man can aspire. The meaning of pain. Suffering, Frankl argued, ceases to be suffering the moment it finds a meaning, such as the meaning of a sacrifice. Logotherapy comes from the Greek word logos, meaning. It differs from Freud's will to pleasure or Adler's will to power. Frankl calls it the will to meaning. The existential vacuum. Frankl warns of the boredom and aimlessness of modern life. When we lack meaning, we fill the void with power, money, or sex. 3 ways to discover meaning: by creating a work, doing something significant, or creating something; by experiencing something or someone, through goodness, truth, beauty, or by loving another human being; by the attitude we take toward unavoidable suffering, turning a personal tragedy into a triumph. The takeaway. Life does not owe us happiness. Instead, life asks us a question, and we answer it by being responsible for our own existence. Viktor Frankl's legacy is a rejection of victimhood. He teaches us that we are not merely the product of our genetics or our environment. We are the architects of our internal world. Here is your takeaway from Spoken Library to carry into your week. The perspective pivot. Think of a current struggle in your life, whether it's a difficult job, a loss, or a health issue. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this situation asking of me?" Shift your role from the victim of the circumstance to the protagonist of the story. Thank you for listening. If Frankl's resilience inspired you, please subscribe and share the summary. Until next time, remember, you have the freedom to choose your way.